papers up real quick. All right, we're going to be talking about Jam Master Jay and 50 Cent. I mean, oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docs Daily, where you get highly classified documentations from your boy, Sean Blasey. Ha 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 ha. But ain't nothing funny though. Jam Master Jay passed away about 10, 12 years ago. And they want the world to believe that he passed away due to a drug deal gone bad. Jam Master Jay been making money since the 80s, if not the 70s, worldwide tours. Run DMC, Aerosmith. He got Reverend Run on the hip. He can call up DMC. He got contacts more than contacts got contacts. He can call up Reverend Run to get a loan. This man on been to Barcelona and back all across the world, and you want us to believe that Jam Master Jay, who had a record label at the time, a world-renowned DJ, was out here moving bricks when he had 50 Cent on the contract right before he signed with Eminem and Dr. Dre? Y'all couldn't negotiate a deal? He signed to my label. Oh, y'all want to do a contract? Oh, well, that's going to run you about 20 milli. I ain't got to sell no dope. But they want the world to believe that Jam Master Jay got caught up in a drug deal. That's so easy to put on a black man. But y'all make it seem like this man ain't had Dookie rope chains since 1985. Now, I'm not making this video to say that 50 Cent sacrificed Jam Master Jay. I think that's the most dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Why would 50 Cent sacrifice anybody? You know, and this is a rumor that's been going on for a long time. So I'm making this video to shut that rumor down and bring some light to what might have really happened with Jam Master Jay. Because I don't know for sure, but best believe by the end of this documentary, we all gonna know what happened. And 50, if anybody related to 50, people scared to talk about this. Reverend Run ain't said nothing. DMC, the closest people to Jam Master Jay don't even want to touch this because they know that things can get real sketchy. Like I said, I risk my life for these documentations, but when you dealing with Shady Records, shady shit is just bound to happen. I'm signed to Shady Records. How did you get your record deal? Oh, I'm pretty sure it was some shady business. The label alone speaks for itself. I wouldn't put nothing past them. 50 Cent went on to sell 10 million copies and Jam Master Jay just wasn't around to get his just due. We about to get into it. Oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. Let's get into this news though. Let me get this right. Legendary Jam Master Jay gave 50 his first break. Wasn't nobody think about 50. Wasn't nobody rock with 50. Wasn't nobody do a song with 50. 50 was beefing with Preem. Ain't nobody trying to touch 50. But Jam Master Jay gave 50 Cent his first break. The name Jam Master Jay may not ring bells to the casual hip hop fan. Who in the fuck wrote that? If you don't know who Jam Master Jay is, you don't need to be listening to rap. But to diehard heads, he's a legend. No, fool. To everybody, Jam Master Jay is a legend. It says, see how they trying to make this man look innocent? Look, DJ Jam Master Jay was the DJ of the influential rap group Run DMC, and his murder in 2002 shocked the world. Jay's death happened to coincide with Fifth's meteoric rise to fame. And that led many to believe that 50 had something to do with it. A lot of people discovered that it was Jam Master Jay himself who helped 50 get his big break in 1998. Jay's connections got Fifth on the Onyx track React, and Jay also produced Fifth's album, which would remain unreleased. Why they don't want to release that album? What, y'all ain't trying to split none of that bread? He made the album. I'm pretty sure they can release it. What's up with this contract to where they don't even want to put the album out? That's classic 50 Cent material before he got big. That will sell. I'm interested to hear what it sounds like. How come they won't put it out? In 2015, 50 Cent acknowledged Jam Master Jay's influence in a piece for The Big Issue. I started writing lyrics full time in 1997. I met Jam Master Jay from Run DMC, and he had his label, which would take people on and develop them until they were ready to a major. To go to a major. He said, Jam Master Jay taught me how to count bars and when the chorus should start and stop. And I kept practicing, he added. Sometimes hard work beats talent. So Jam Master Jay schooled this dude. So you mean to tell me that Jam Master Jay just took a whole bunch of MCs and prepped them so when they go to the major labels, they can just leave him behind? What sense do that make? I'm going to train the next Mike Tyson so he can go on and win heavyweight bouts with Don King? That don't make no sense. I highly doubt that Jam Master Jay was just teaching this man everything he know so he can release him as a mega superstar so he can sign with a major label. And all I wanted to do for you is raise you up in hip hop. It don't work like that. It just don't. But they want the people to believe that. I met Jam Master Jay from Run DMC. And what he said? Where the part I'm looking for? And he had his label, which would take people on and develop them until they were ready to go to a major. Negro, please. It's about to get deeper, though. And like I said, man, I'm not here to say 50 Cent had anything to do with it because that's ridiculous. 50 Cent wouldn't do no garbage like that. I highly doubt if that's the case. I'm pretty sure that he loved Jam Master Jay and they had a good relationship, but things do get funny with that money. We're about to get into the next segment. I need y'all to pay attention to this, man, because this is the part where it gets really, really deep. And I'm going to need y'all full attention and everything. So let's just go ahead and get into it right now.
Everyone, I'm Diana Williams.
And I'm Bill Ritter. We begin with a fatal shooting of a rap music legend. The shooting tonight in a recording studio in Queens, taking the life of the man known as Jam Master Jay. His real name, Jason Mizell, one of the founders of the groundbreaking rap group Run DMC. Jim Dolan with late details. He is in Jamaica, Queens for us tonight. Jim?
Bill, Jam Master Jay knew the absolute heights of the hip-hop world as a member of the pioneering rap group Run DMC. He, of course, was their DJ, and having stayed in the industry all these years, he knew well about the feuds that so often result in violence and death in the rap world. Well, tonight, according to sources close to this investigation, a 37-year-old Jason Mizell, Jam Master Jay, was working in a recording studio here in Jamaica. He and a 25-year-old male Hispanic were relaxing in a lounge near the studio when a man walked into the studio, gun drawn, and opened fire. Mizell was struck once in the head and killed instantly. The other man was serious.
Look at Leo Cohen. He crying, he sobbing, his eyes out. He like, damn, they done got Jay. Now this man in a recording studio, minding his business, doing what he do in his place of business. And you mean to tell me they ran up in the recording studio to get him over some blow or some yayo or whatever the case? This man was already set. He helping other people with opportunities. And I know y'all think, oh, well, they ain't to say why they got to destroy this man's legacy like this for a cover up. Oh, he was a big time D-boy. Since when? And if he was, you mean to tell me a big time D-boy hanging out with Rev Run and DMC? Because if that's the case, Rev Run and DMC ought to be guilty by association. I call bullshit. Let's go get him in the studio. We know where he at. He in there conducting business. Look, it happened while he was rapping, so I'm pretty sure this all had to do with some rap stuff. It ain't had nothing to do with no street stuff, because if that's the case, you would have met him in the street. You ain't have to get him while he was in the studio.
Mizell was struck once in the head and killed instantly. The other man was seriously injured, shot once in the chest. Police have no one yet in custody. Friends, including the Liar Cohen, the CEO of Island Def Jam Records, gathered out.
He called that motherfucker Liar Cohen's. Not Leo Cohen's, but Liar Cohen's. And y'all about to see why he said that. Hold on, run that back.
Including The Liar Cohen, the CEO of Island Def Jam Records, gathered outside, stunned that it happened to the man who was such a huge part of hip-hop's rise in worldwide popularity, and shocked, too, that it all went down in such a brazen manner. The gunman walking in, firing, and then just casually walking out. Police believe they have good leads in this case and that witnesses got a good look at the shooter here. There's also security camera tape, we are told. Mizell was at the studio producing an album by two young women. They were in the studio when they heard gunshots. They came running, of course, but it was too late. Again, sources confirming Jam Master Jay, Jason Mizell, from the rap group Run DMC, was gunned down here about 9:15 tonight. Another man was injured. Nobody yet in custody. Reporting live from Jamaica, Queens, Jim Dolan, ABC 7. Eyewitness News.
Yo, man, who didn't love Jam Master Jay? I'm talking about a legend. You're not about to just go and do something like that and people see your face and people not talking. Who didn't know Jam Master Jay? We talking about Queens, New York here. He damn near put Queens on the map hip hop wise. You about to come up in here and slaughter one of our legends and don't nobody say nothing and it got something to... Look, ain't that much dope in the world. You get that man a pass. Jay, we gonna extort your ass. We ain't gotta kill you. You better call up one of them major producers, Steve Stout or something, to get me my money. It ain't gonna be no hard bag to get to. But y'all keep on listening, man, because I ain't saying that anybody has something to do with this, but keep on watching. I'm just going to say that. Keep on watching.
As this case unfolds, we want to tell you a little bit more about Jam Master Jay. He was one of the founders of the pioneering rap group Run DMC. Many believe that group gave birth to modern hip-hop. Jam Master Jay's real name, as Jim said, Jason Mizell, 37 years old, a Queens native. He grew up in the Hollis section along with two other members of Run DMC. Jam Master Jay was the DJ of the group. It was formed in 1982. Their biggest hit was in 1986 in tandem with Aerosmith, called Walk This Way. And of course, we'll continue to follow the story, bring you any late information as it develops.
Tonight, the questions focus on witnesses and security cameras. The studio where Jay was shot is outfitted with several security cameras, but did they capture the killer? Jim Dolan is live in Jamaica, Queens with late details for us. Jim?
Diana, there are 4 security cameras between the door and the lounge where Jam Master Jay was murdered last night, but there was not videotape in all of them. And so there are still open questions. Was there an accomplice and was there a struggle before the fired shots? Well, on those subjects, ABC News has learned there is some disagreement among the witnesses.
This man had a fortress. You would have thought you was going in there to get the Chinese, Japanese emperor. 4 cameras in the front, 4 cameras in the back, 7 cameras in total. And ain't nobody, the cameras ain't have no tapes in them. Who knew? Who had the drop? I'm trying to tell you, man, it was the closest people to him. It was the people in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all seen the documentaries on Netflix and things like that, but they say all that good stuff and try to chuck him off to be like he was a D-boy, like he wasn't helping people in the community, man. 7 cameras, ain't nobody seen nothing. Go shorty, it's your birthday. And that song was on the radio 9 motherfucking stop when all this was going on, man.
But on other topics, on other significant details, there is agreement on the anatomy of a brazen, cold-blooded murder of a rap legend. Through the night they came, candles and flowers and tearful notes of condolence, a community grieving the loss of one of their own, of one of the good guys.
I don't think he had too many enemies. But we all have enemies somewhere. Just gotta watch yourself. I just hope they find him.
If you really know anything about Run DMC, you know that they were really all about like peace and people coming together.
Jam Master Jay was born Jason Mizell, and he became a rap pioneer in his lifetime, the DJ for Run DMC, one of the first hip-hop groups to cross over into mainstream popularity. Run DMC never yielded to the violent images and impulses of rap music, making Mizell's violent death last night at his Jamaica, Queens recording studio all the more puzzling.
As far as I know, they were doing a lot of things for the community, doing work with kids and everything, and it just seems senseless. You know, and my thought is that we'll find out that it'll be over something stupid in the long run.
Yo, they stressing the fact that this man never promoted violence. He was never known in the streets to be anything of a gangster. Anything. You ain't never heard no war stories or no thugged out story about Jam Master Jay. You always heard stories that he was a good dude. He would look out for his people, doing stuff for the community. But since he's black and he's affiliated with hip hop, we can write this off. Instead of really getting to the root of this, it was drug related. That's what you call a easy cover up, something that don't nobody want to talk about. Best believe I don't want to talk about it neither. Now, if you think I'm saying that 50 Cent has something to do with this is not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, when 50 blew up, that's when Jam Master Jay was out of the picture. Now, that's a fact.
But the man who killed Mizell clearly meant business, and nothing was going to stop him. ABC News has learned the shooter was first buzzed into the building, though it's not clear who buzzed him in or if they looked at the doorway camera first. The killer passed a total of 4 security cameras on the way to the murder, at the door, up the stairs, and in the hallway leading to the studio. Before he entered the lounge, the shooter pulled a .40 caliber gun, put on a ski mask, and knocked over a woman as he opened the door. He then fired 3 shots, killing Mizell and injuring 25-year-old Ureko Rincon before fleeing.
It's not really a...
Yo. Inside hit, yo. My man put the mask and gloves on when he was already in the building. After he knocked the female out the way. He like, oh shit, let me put this on just in case. We already seen you. You in here, we buzzed you in. How you gonna buzz somebody in with a ski mask on? And if you looking to see who you buzzing in, y'all just was low on tapes that day. Come on, man.
The place is kind of small up there. I mean, they basically have their studio room and they have like a small lounge room. You know what I'm saying? It's used for business.
It just blows your mind when you think about the fact that this guy was killed, because he's not that kind of guy. It's not like a East Coast, West Coast thing at all.
And finally, in a matter that may or may not be related to all of this, rapper 50 Cent spent last night under heavy police security after the NYPD gang unit learned of a possible threat to his life. Reporting live from Jamaica, Queens.
Did y'all hear that bullshit? So the night Jam Master Jay got knocked off, 50 Cent was under heavy security. I mean, police by the door, police by the back. What you worried for? Did it have something to do with you? Why do you feel a need to be secured up like that?
East Coast, West Coast thing at all.
And finally, in a matter that may or may not be related to all of this, rapper 50 Cent spent last night under heavy police security after the NYPD gang unit learned of a possible threat to his life. Reporting live from Jamaica, Queens, Jim Dolan.
Why Jim Dolan had to throw that in at the end? And the way he said it, like he knew something matter-of-factly to conclude everything that he's reporting on. He like, this may or may not have something to do with it, but y'all need to hear this shit. Because if y'all got question marks, then I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Look at Mr. Dolan.
He's not that kind of guy. It's not like a East Coast,
watch
West
his
Coast
mannerisms.
And finally, in a matter that may or may not be related to all of this, rapper 50 Cent spent last night under heavy police.
Did y'all see the way he said 50 Cent? With disgust and disdain. Rapper 50 Cent, like, yeah, it was him. That's that nigga.
Last night under heavy police security. To all of this, rapper 50 Cent spent last night under heavy police security after the NYPD gang unit learned of a possible threat to his life.
All right, man, let me quit diddle-daddling and tittle-tattling with that. We got to get to the deeper part of the documentary. And this is the part where it gets really, really scary. And I need y'all to pay attention to this, man, because this shit is fucked up. It's fucked up.
By rappers who turn their gritty
stories
into cold, hard cash. Curtis came up with a new hustle.
I decided I was going to write music for a living.
He told me that his probation officer had suggested that he goes into rapping.
1, 2, 3,
hey, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Then one day in 1996, he had a chance meeting with Run DMC's Jam Master Jay at a Manhattan nightclub.
Hey,
I
hey.
kind of hustled my way into a situation with Jay. I didn't have nothing. I went straight into talking to him like I knew how to do it.
I think it was the way 50 approached him. He just liked the way he said he's going to be big.
And he was like, all right, well, stop by and hear what you got.
Curtis recorded a rough demo track for Jay.
It just went on and on and on. So he was like, yo, what's the hook?
What Jay heard was raw, but very real. Seeing potential, he signed Curtis to his label. And just like that, the 21-year-old crack dealer had a new calling.
He told me he was working with a famous rapper. I said, you sure that's what you want to be? So he said, yes.
Pause it, man. 50 said he hustled his way to even get introduced to Jam Master Jay. He spit his raps, ain't even had no hook. And Jay like, you know what, man? I'll work with you, because that's just the type of dude he was. He like, look, this brother out here trying to make it. He a young man from my neighborhood. All right, 50. I got a record label. I'm going to put you on. I'm about to sign you up, man. How about that? Thank you, Jay. This is my chance. He gave him his first big break. Let's continue.
Coming up, 50 Cent goes on the attack. And pays a heavy price.
You don't know if you're actually going to survive it or not.
And later, he blows away a hip-hop icon.
I was like, yo, this 50, I quit. I literally wanted to quit rapping at that point.
When Behind the Music continues.
Yo, he went from Jam Master Jay, right? A legend in the hood. Then somehow, some way he linked up with Eminem, and Jam Master Jay is no longer here, y'all.
By 1996, Curtis Jackson had transformed himself from a streetwise drug dealer to budding rapper after being signed by Run DMC's Jam Master Jay. To complete his evolution, he created a new identity, taking the name of a well-known Brooklyn stick-up artist, 50 Cent.
For me, 50 Cent was a metaphor for change, and that I would do things my way, which would be drastically different.
An even bigger change came a year later. When Curtis was just 22, he and his girlfriend, Shaniqua Tompkins, had a baby boy, Marquise.
He got more serious about life, and he knew he had to take care of his son.
I wanted to have the relationship that I didn't have with my father and my son.
See how shit got real? When you first started with Jam Master Jay, you was just trying to be a rapper. Then life started happening. You mess around to have a son. You like, damn, I gotta make it now or never. Get rich or die trying. That's a bold statement. And that's the reason why the album sold so well, because damn, this dude means business. Like, he would rather die if he don't get rich. So if you willing to die, then best believe you don't give a damn if somebody else die in order for you to get rich. And I ain't saying, y'all know what I'm saying. Let's just continue.
I didn't believe anyone would take care of him if I wasn't there to take care of him.
50 gave up dealing drugs and sold off everything he had to support his family. He pinned his hopes on music, learning from Jam Master Jay.
50 would not want to leave the studio. Dude was just soaking everything in. He would just stay focused over in the corner, right.
2 years passed, progress was slow, and 50 was frustrated that he didn't have Jay's undivided attention. So when he saw record executive Corey Rooney outside a barbershop in Queens, he seized the opportunity.
He comes over to the car.
See, this, that. Look, I love you, 50. You a Cancer, I'm a Cancer, but you know, we just got to talk about this. Opportunities. He could, look, he signed with Jam. I know y'all getting this, but it's my job to elaborate on this. He signed with Jam Master Jay. Was with that man for 2 years. Wasn't getting no progress. Quit selling dope. Got a baby to feed. He trying to get this rap thing to pop off. Jay not even giving him his full attention. He like, yo, something got to give. Because I ain't even in the streets like that. I'm dedicated. I'm focused. Ain't nothing happening for me. That's when that desperation kick in. Let's go.
I wasn't there to take care of him.
50 gave up dealing drugs and sold off everything he had to support his family. He pinned his hopes on music, learning from Jam Master Jay.
50 would not want to leave the studio. Dude was just soaking everything in. He would just stay focused over in the corner, right.
2 years passed, progress was slow, and 50 was frustrated that he didn't have Jay's undivided attention. So when he saw record executive Corey Rooney outside a barbershop in Queens, he seized the opportunity.
He comes over to the car, he had like his hood on, and it looked sketchy. At that point, I didn't know he was gonna rob me.
I gave him my tape and put it in, playing it, and the phone rang and he was on the telephone.
I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And he gave me the look because I wasn't paying attention.
Like, give me my tape, man. You're mad old school. He looked at me like, what's the matter with him?
He doesn't realize I can multitask, so I heard everything he did. This was far beyond, oh, this guy is good. I thought, wow, this is the next Jay-Z.
50 was signed to Columbia Records, but most of his advance went to pay his way out of the Jay contract.
Pause. Hold on. Wait. Hold it right there. He hooked up. He on the block, hoodied up, see one of them record executives, go over to him, hand him the demo. Dude playing the demo. He like, oh, this dude nice. I'm going to sign him to Columbia. But the money that he made from Columbia had to go to Jam Master Jay because he was signed to Jay. There was never a dispute about him getting out of his contract. Damn, I finally got a break. Columbia Records, but I got to pay this motherfucker because I signed to him first. Eminem and Dr. Dre come along with a big old bag. You know Jam Master Jay gonna try to take like 70% of that.
Attention.
Like, give me my tape, man. You're mad old school. He looked at me like, what's the matter with him?
He doesn't realize I can multitask, so I heard everything he did. This was far beyond, oh, this guy is good. I thought, wow, this is the next Jay-Z.
50 was signed to Columbia Records, but most of his advance went to pay his way out of the Jay contract. Broke, he returned to dealing.
I had $5,000. And then the baby. So I had to take care of him. I just bought 250 grams with it. And went back to doing what I knew how to do.
50 took only two.
Yo, you know we had to be tight. You finally get a break. 2 years working with Jam Master Jay. You finally get a break. He take all your money from your record deal to where you got to go back to hustling. I know he was tight.
Weeks to record his debut, but the label let it languish for 2 years. In 1999, he channeled his frustration into a lyrical assault on the biz.
What? Yeah.
A track about mugging music stars called How to Rob.
What?
What do you have out right now?
I got a new single out called How to Rob.
Okay, they trying to get me demonetized with this
That's
shit.
from your heart. That's how you feel.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's a little like comedy based on reality.
Your beeper going off.
He was like, all right, this industry is not letting me eat. They're not letting me in. All right, I'm going to rob everybody in this industry and let you know I'm coming.
Oh, man. Come on. Get this shit out of here,
When I
man.
heard the record, I was like, wow, this guy's going to make a lot of enemies. This guy's crazy.
The single was a sensation. DMX, Big Pun, the Wu-Tang Clan, and Jay-Z all fired back.
Oh, man. What the fuck is this? Yo, let me, they trying to mess up my whole shit. But basically, he made the song going at everybody, dissing everybody.
I caught him back. And now the fighting suit. He throwing.
Hold on.
Been cool since.
Fifth was the street dude. He wasn't. And Fifth was like, all right, I'm going to get this little.
Okay, here go the Ja Rule beat.
All right, I'm going to rob everybody in this industry and let you know I'm coming.
Been cool since.
Fifth was the street dude. He wasn't. And Fifth was like, all right, I'm going to get this little punk.
Nobody likes me. Their animosity intensified when 50 Cent put the feud on record with Your Life's on the Line.
Oh, come on, man. Get this shit.
I caught him back. And now the fighting suit, we throwing down. And that's when the real beef starts, because now it's a physical.
At that point, I believe is when Ja started to be sitting down like a woman instead of being a man.
The violence escalated in March 2000 when Ja Rule's crew paid a visit to 50 at the Hit Factory recording studio in Manhattan. This time, someone pulled a knife.
We had a knock on the door. They cut the lights off. They ran in swinging these, steak knives. I seen 50 pick up one of the speakers. Boom, hit one of them guys. Blood everywhere. And they cut 50.
They called it a stabbing and it sounded more graphic than it actually was.
See, this is what they did to me, little boo-boo. It wasn't too bad.
This man, Tony Yayo said he had a little boo-boo when they stabbed him in the Hit Factory. Now, y'all know that they was going back and forth and then 50 got shot and everything. So I'm just going to speed this up.
Fired at close range.
I can't give you the movie moment.
I thought it was kids. I was going to yell at them. But when I see this guy pointing in the car, and I says, oh, that's the car my grandson got in.
50 reached for his gun, but it wasn't cocked.
When I put the gun out the actual window, he shot down at my hand and moved away. So I got hit my thumb and came out the top of my pinky. That's why I ain't got no knuckle on my right hand.
He was also hit in his face, his legs, 9 bullets in all. Fired at close range.
I can't give you the movie moment because I didn't look down the barrel of the gun.
And then I started yelling. Then they run.
Blood gushed all over the back seat as the friend sped toward a hospital, stopping only to dump 50's gun in a sewer.
I kept saying, oh, you shot me in my face, huh? Look in the mirror in the middle of the car.
50 was rushed into surgery.
You don't know if you're actually going to survive it or not.
I get that call. Told me 50 got shot. So I run to his block. And then I just see shells all over. They had homicide police. I thought he was dead.
Coming up, 50 faces his darkest hour.
At one point.
Now, this is the point where they say 50 possibly died and sold his soul in order to be, a hip hop superstar and everything. But a lot of people would say that when Jam Master Jay passed, that's when he really came up.
Yo, I'm telling you, this is it. That's not. And I was like, yo.
He didn't really say too much, and I was kind of wondering.
Y'all need to hear
I
this.
played in one.
Oh, kind of crazy numbers.
Me, I think I would have grabbed the first deal. I hear him say $1 million. I'm looking at Fit like, take it. He was like, no, I just waited out.
Eminem, who had his own label, Shady Records, had no hesitation.
Hold on, I gotta run it back a little bit.
We went to so many record labels where executives was actually shaking while we're in the meeting, shaking, knees shaking.
We riding around, bulletproof vest on. It was crazy.
A vest and having a pistol that was already cocked was mandatory.
P. Diddy offered 50 a job as a songwriter, but he wasn't exactly thrilled to find out his new employee was packing.
Puffy was the first person to call me back to work. I was in his office, I just heard...
Okay, this is the part. Let me explain to y'all where we at with the documentary, because I know I had to shuffle and go through a little bit of stuff. So let me break down what's going on here. 50 got shot and everything. His beef with Ja Rule, y'all know the story and everything. So he got shot. Now he's shopping for a record deal. He really trying to get on. Him, Yayo, Banks, they all out there trying to get a record deal. He said Puffy was the first one to call him back, and Puffy wanted him to be a songwriter. He ain't want to sign him as an artist. I just want you to write songs. And I'm pretty sure Puffy, when he started rapping, like, man, this is all about me. This is my label. I done went through what I went through with Biggie. If anybody gonna be the superstar around here, it's gonna be me. You could write me some songs. I'll cut you some checks. But that's about it. So Puffy was the first one to call him back.
Location outside, and he came in and I pulled my pistol out.
They put it on the desk and they were like, oh, it's really real.
I had developed the paranoia. As soon as something don't feel right, I'm shooting whoever because I'm not getting shot again.
Puff was a little like, yo, I don't need this in my life right now, which is understandable.
Bad boy for life.
He went down that road.
How you go to sign a bad boy? You pull out the pistol and put it on the table, and the CEO of Bad Boy Records don't want that type of smoke, you need to change the name of your label. Because if you want a bad boy sign here, this the one for you. 50 walked in and put the Roscoe on the table, and Puffy shitted himself.
That was the last time he called me to write music.
Rejected yet again, 50 knew that he would have to do it on his own. So he started releasing independent albums known as mixtapes.
His hustle was at a 10, the jumped to like 100.
One of his tracks, F.U., was aimed straight at his attackers.
I've been shot 9 times, that's why I walk funny.
Yo, and not to mention he was rapping like Eminem on his, so it was only natural that Eminem heard the dude because he sounded just like him when he was rapping.
It was an aggressive tune and a new sound. 50 still had a bullet lodged in his tongue, giving him a distinctive slur.
His whole tone kind of changed a little bit.
50 Cent, that's my name. Man, I ain't
God.
You could hear the pain in his voice.
It wasn't just the voice. After the shooting, the confidence that he came back with, it was just a different swagger.
What it made him was a monster. He was kind of like, now, I'm here, and nothing's gonna stop me.
I'm back better than ever, on top of my game.
Oh my God, they trying to kill a nigga with this goddamn music. But okay, let me get to the part about Jam Master Jay, because they trying to get a deal.
Companies, they were calling him.
It was a bidding war because of the actual heat I was developing in the street.
All of a sudden, we had deals on the table.
Yeah, like 7 different labels, and I'm hearing all kind of crazy numbers.
Me, I think I would have grabbed the first deal. I hear him say $1 million, and I'm looking at Fit like, take it. He was like, no, I'll just wait it out.
Eminem, who had his own label, Shady Records, had no hesitation.
I got the Guess Who's Back mixtape, and I remember just listening to the first song like, wow. It was like every single song that came on ended up becoming like one of my favorite songs. I felt like 50 was gonna be gigantic. Within them couple of days, I had brought him to Dre and was like, yo, you need to hear 50. I played him one record, and he was like, let's do it.
He called me and it wasn't even like business hours. It was like fly out in the middle of the night, and I just said, all right, I'm going.
I remember when he walked in, I was excited to meet him and was like, homie, I'm a fan. And I just started like, I think I started like blurting out songs and lyrics and pretty much knew him by heart, and was like kind of on some fan.
He was so excited, he made me nervous. Like, he was like, yo, I'm telling you, this is it, this and that. And I was like, it's like, yo.
He didn't really say too much, and I was kind of wondering like, does this guy like me?
Coming up, 50 becomes the hottest artist in hip-hop.
Eminem, y'all heard what he just said. But Eminem like, damn, he ain't saying nothing. I don't know if he like me or not. He don't like what's about to happen. Like, this shit just don't happen all the time. Get a call from Eminem, fly out tonight. Okay. Your stomach got to drop a little bit like, uh-oh. What is about to happen out here? It's not going to be no smooth transaction like, oh, okay, well, I love your music. Let's sign you up. Let's get started. No. With the music industry, there's one thing we got to get out the way first. Oh, I would love to give you all these riches, the women, the cars, the houses, but if it was that easy, everybody would have the shit. Oh, bro, you're going to have to pay something. What you got? Who you got? How we going to get this done, man? Do you have anybody in mind? Because if you're really trying to blow up, then somebody else going to have to blow up. And I know the title of this video and everything, y'all probably insinuating that I'm talking about Jam Master Jay. I'm not talking about Jam Master Jay. Because like they said, it has something to do with the streets, allegedly. But y'all need to keep listening because this is fucked up. Hey.
But trouble is never far away.
The police call and say we think someone's assassinating rappers. And if it's Jam Master Jay, then 50 must be next.
When behind the music.
Do y'all see this shit? As soon as he met with Eminem, that's when he get a call about Jam Master Jay.
Like, yo, I'm telling you, this is it, this and that. And I was like, It's like, yo.
He didn't really say too much, and I was kind of wondering, like, does this guy like me?
Coming up, 50 becomes the hottest artist in hip-hop.
Then you need to stop fronting.
But trouble is never far away.
The police are called and say we think someone's assassinating rappers. And if it's Jam Master Jay, then 50 must be next.
When Behind the Music continues.
Somebody's assassinating rappers. It's Jam Master Jay and 50 must be next. As if 50 ain't already get shot up 9 times. Like now you need to be on alert because Jam Master Jay got shot up. Let's protect you after you running the streets, dissing everybody in hip hop. You already got 9 bullets in you. Why is it such an urgency to protect this man? And now that Jam Master Jay got shot. Oh, I ain't have nothing to do with it. The same people trying to get him, trying to get me too. Bruh, I ain't buying that.
I've been patiently waiting
Boy, track to explode on
In
niggas.
2002, just 2 years after being shot 9 times and dumped by his record label, 50 Cent boarded a plane for LA to ink a deal with Eminem and Dr. Dre.
Em just heard the music, and he did it based on the music.
Me and Dre, obviously, we're not strangers to controversy. We were like, let's let this guy be what he is. Let 50 be 50.
They began working on 50's album immediately.
I remember Dre would send him beats, almost like an experiment. Let's see what 50 would do with this beat. And he would send it back, and I just remember the rhyme being so crazy, I almost fell on the floor. I was like, yo, this 50, I quit. I literally wanted to quit rapping at that point.
Oh my God, they killing me with this shit.
And put the song Wanksta on the 8 Mile movie soundtrack. The hype surrounding 50 Cent kicked into high gear.
Wanksta just blew up. It was making such a buzz in New York that it just became massive.
Wanksta is absolutely the anthem for the ghetto right now. We ain't gotta sell drugs no more. Make some noise! New era right here. Check my man out. 57.
But
y'all see that? Jam Master Jay rubbing his hands together like, oh shit. He signed them out. When y'all gonna cut that check? He blowing up like that. You got to deal with Eminem. You know you still signed to my label, right? You know you still under contract. Oh, we about to be balling up out this bitch.
Right now. We ain't gotta sell drugs no more. Make some noise! New era right here. Check my man.
A new era right here. Iced up. See the platinum. Jam Master Jay iced up. They linked up like, oh, 50, you on my hip. You ain't going nowhere. Oh, we in this together, bruh. This the new era right here. 50 Cent, y'all. He here. We here. Get ready for that album.
57.
But just when it seemed like everything was going his way, violence once again shook 50's world.
The rap world has lost a pioneer, Jam Master Jay of the popular group Run DMC. He was shot to death at his recording studio in New York City last night.
On October 30th, 2002, 50's mentor, Jam Master Jay, was gunned down.
A gunman burst into Jam Master Jay's recording studio and shot him once in the head.
Man, it was devastating.
When Jay got killed, it was such a surprise. I was supposed to meet him the day that he passed away. And I couldn't figure out why, like, somebody would want to do that. He's not, like, the guy that has a lot of visible enemies.
Police speculated that the hit was actually meant for 50.
They was putting out all sorts of crazy stuff. They was pretty much thinking that 50 had something to do with Jam Master Jay getting murdered.
All right, that's enough. 50 Cent is considered a potential target by the same person who killed rapper Jam Master Jay.
So it was a very upsetting situation. The police are called and say we think someone's assassinating rappers.
How the fuck? Yo, how you gonna confuse Jam Master Jay with 50 Cent? He was old enough to be his father. Yo, we about to go get 50. Yeah, he at Jam Master Jay's studio. While he in there rapping, I'ma go in there and get the clapping. You go in the studio, Jam Master Jay in the booth, and it's like that, and that's the way it is. I'm looking at him. Yeah, 50. He in there with Aerosmith. Right now, I'm about to get him. And you shoot Jam Master Jay, and people talking about it was intended for 50 Cent. How? Why would he be at Jam Master Jay's studio and he on tour with Eminem? And the same people that got Jam Master Jay, they're going for 50 next. For what? Just to get this man out here. It couldn't have had nothing to do with it because the same people was looking for him as well. Now, look, like I said, I don't know what happened. I'm just speculating. And people been hitting me up talking about 50 had something to do with Jam Master Jay. I'm making this video to stop them silly ass rumors. 50 Cent had no reason, even if he was under contract with Jam Master Jay. And 50 is my favorite rapper, and I would never say nothing negative about him. And for the record, hell no. Matter of fact, take that question off. That's a stupid ass. Hell no, he didn't sacrifice no Jam Master Jay. But y'all need to keep listening, because this shit is fucked up.
If it's Jam Master Jay, then 50 must be next.
They say maybe somebody did it to send me a message.
The murder.
Nigga, somebody did it to send me a message. Yeah, fool. The sacrifice has been completed. What the fuck you talking about? Listen at this man.
Has a lot of visible enemies.
Police speculated that the hit was actually meant for 50.
They was putting out all sorts of crazy stuff. They was pretty much thinking that 50 had something to do with Jam Master Jay getting murdered.
All right, that's enough. 50 Cent is considered a potential target by the same person who killed rapper Jam Master Jay.
So it was a very upsetting situation. The police call and say we think someone's assassinating rappers. And if it's Jam Master Jay, then 50 must be next.
They say maybe somebody did it.
Nigga, wait a minute. No. Somebody's out on the loose assassinating rappers. First Jam Master Jay, now 50 Cent. Look, if you out here assassinating rappers, it's about 1,000 corny motherfuckers y'all could have went and got. Why would it be Jam Master Jay, who is not a rapper? He's a damn DJ. And why would 50 Cent just be the next on the most wanted list? Since they just out here assassinating rappers. You mean tell me Method Man and Redman wasn't worried? Ja Rule wasn't shaking in his boots? Goddamn, Soulja Boy was chilling. Like, man, no damn sense.
The police call and say we think someone's assassinating rappers. And if it's Jam Master Jay, then 50 must be next.
They say maybe somebody did it to send me a message.
The murder has never been solved. Sadly, Jay didn't live to see 50 Cent become a star.
Yo, I said, man, that's all I got to say on that. And sadly, Jam Master Jay didn't live to see 50 Cent become a star. Okay. Let's move on, y'all. It's like that, how a controversial 50 Cent track which started a gang feud could be at the heart of Run DMC's Jam Master Jay's murder. He was a well-known titan of the hip-hop world, so when Run DMC's Jam Master Jay was executed in a recording studio, it made for a baffling mystery, but as the facts emerged, the case got stranger and stranger and stranger. Look, man. I ain't here to tell y'all what happened. I can go on and on with this documentary. I could really bust stuff down for y'all. But saying this man was involved with some drugs and it was drug related, why would you be dealing drugs when 50 about to go on to sell 10 million albums? What do you tell a D-boy? Oh, I'll pay you back when 50 go diamond. A drug deal gone bad. Nigga, please. It says, as such, the question who killed Jam Master Jay has tugged at the heart of the hip-hop community in years since 2002 when he got slayed. And it is the title of the 2018 Netflix documentary exploring the intriguing mystery. Yo, let me say something about them Netflix documentaries real quick. They got something about the U-Haul, not U-Haul, the Utah bomber, whatever to do with the Mormon church and everything. They painted that thing up like he was just some master at cloning documents, and he was copying documents, and he was lying on the church and blah, blah, blah. They'll make a documentary to make anybody look bad. Y'all seen Surviving R. Kelly? That's what they do. When they want to create a narrative, make a documentary. That ain't what we do here. We don't do them type of documentaries. But the Jam Master Jay documentary painted, how you gonna paint this man to be a drug dealer when that's the furthest thing from the truth? But hey, somehow, some way, they got it done with cameras and trickery. Look at this. It has now been revealed that two men, Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr., will be indicted on charges of murder while engaged in drug trafficking in relation to the case. It took y'all, hold on, how many years? 16 years? 16. If that's the case, y'all could have solved this in 16 minutes. We'll get back around. It don't take 16 years when you got witnesses and cameras all in the studio. The murderer was attracted to a raft of theories and speculation, with some claiming that the larger-than-life DJ, best known for Run DMC's hit Like That, was killed as a result of a feud involving 50 Cent and the drug-peddling gang lord. Others believe that, see how they trying to put Supreme in it too? Preem ain't have nothing to do with that. Because if Preem was cool with you when you signed 50 Cent, before Eminem came along, before Aftermath, if Preem ain't put hands on you before, when you was helping him out, and you had him on your label exclusively, why would he try to get at you when this dude don't sign with a major? Hey man, look, y'all be the judge. 50 Cent, if your people watching and everything, people requested that I do this documentary. People all around the world been saying that you had something to do with it. I'm making this documentary to let people know that you ain't had nothing to do with it. All them theories are stupid, but at the same time, the people out there watching, you got to make up your own mind. You know what I'm saying? And y'all going to have to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification button. Y'all don't forget to show me some love. Hit that Cash App too, $ Sean Blake Stocks. And for all you ladies out there wondering why I be doing these documentaries, talking about these powerful people that got a whole bunch of money, and this is some scary business, I'll tell you why I do it. Because oh shit, that's the wrong outro. I do that every week. Hold on, yo. Rewind. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification button, baby. Don't forget to show me some love. Hit that Cash App too, $ Sean Blaze Jocks. And for all you fine, thickalicious, big old booty females out there that be asking me why I do what I do, and all these celebrities mad because I be exposing them and everything, I tell you why I do it, baby. Because I
risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl.
Sean got the jocks. I'm keeping it funky like some socks. Ponytail with the box, and my cell phone look like a box. Try not to get shell shocked when I start busting out the docs. I got secret videotapes of your mom cussing out your pop.